So this is a first video. I've never done this before. Sorry if there's any sort of background noise. I'm kind of sitting in my car, kind of working my one job. But I've actually always wanted to be a movie critic ever since I was really young. So this is my first attempt at trying to do that. Warning, there will be definitely some spoilers. So I watched recently being last night, a movie that came out this year, 2018, called Delirium. It stars Topher Grace, the star of such things as That 70s Show, Spider-Man 3, American Ultra, and Win a Date with Tad Hamilton, also Predators. It also stars Genesis Rodriguez, who stars in Man on a Ledge, Big Hero 6, The Last Stand, Tusk, and also Identity Thief. Sorry. It also stars Callan Mulvey, who stars in 300, Rise of an Empire, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Kill Me 3 Times, also a TV show called Beaky Wars, Brothers in Arms, and it also stars Patricia Clarkson, who starred in such movies as The Untouchables, The Green Mile, plays the wife of the that one warden guy, the main guy. Can't quite remember his name. It's been a while since I've seen the film. Also stars in the movie, the 2002 version of Carrie, and also stars in Shutter Island. So this movie that I watched recently, I actually found to be very interesting. It was definitely a slow movie. Definitely had some potential jump scenes. It's one of those kind of movies where it plays off as like a ghost film. And I definitely have to say that there are definitely scenes where there are ghosts. Basically, the entire premise of the film is that Topher Grace plays a patient who was in a psych institute. The opening scene to the film is he's talking to his psychiatrist. The psychiatrist basically says that he's all good to basically go. He's apparently been in there since he was about 15, so 20 years is what they're saying in the film, is that he's been in this institute for 20 years. And I'll get to some certain other things. Again, just to let anybody know who watches this film, this is my first time doing it, so if you leave any comments, you can either leave comments basically tearing this whole entire video apart. Again, any sort of criticism is great criticism in my opinion, because basically if you tear this apart, I'll just basically learn as I go, because I'm going to try and keep this going, because this is something I've been wanting to do for quite some time, but been kind of a bit afraid to get into it. But also I would like any sort of criticism, any sort of suggestions, any sort of feedback, stuff like that, any sort of ways for me to improve doing my videos, because I would like to, as I said, do this on a regular basis. So, anyways, back to what I was talking about, the movie. So, basically, Topher Grace's character ends up moving into his late father's house. And basically what happens is he starts hallucinating his late father, and house creaks and all kinds of weird other things start happening. Now, he has a parole officer who's played by Patricia Clarkson. And there's also another actress that's in it that I mentioned, Genesis Rodriguez. She plays a grocery clerk who Topher Grace's character calls up because he wants Flintstones Fruity Pebbles, which is something he had as a kid. And so, basically, he finds a box in the cupboard. He's about to pour it, and it's empty. So he's really, really disappointed by that. So he calls up this grocery because he can't leave the house because he's got a monitor around his leg that basically, if he goes any farther out of his house, it beeps and calls the cops. So, he gets this girl involved. Her name in the show is Lynn. Again, played by Genesis Rodriguez. She starts getting mixed up into this. At first, she's kind of just someone who's bringing groceries and finds him kind of interesting because he's kind of weird. So she gets involved with what's going on with him kind of throughout the entire film. He has a brother. Topher Grace's character has a brother named Alex, who is played by Callan Mulvey. And his character is basically what gets Topher Grace's character at the age of 15 to basically go into this institute for people who have mental illnesses. Basically, Callan Mulvey's character, Alex, is a killer. He started killing a bunch of girls, when him and Topher Grace's character were fairly young. He would chain with handcuffs to pipes or anything else Topher Grace's character at the age of 15. And yeah, it's an interesting film. You basically get to see a lot of people I've noticed basically have been kind of saying that Topher Grace has kind of not really been great. Like, he had, in my opinion, he had great success in the show, That 70s Show. He didn't, in my opinion, he did not the best choice to play Venom in Spider-Man 3. I will definitely say that. It's been quite a long time since I've seen Win a Date with Tad Hamilton, so I can't quite remember if that was decent or if it was complete and utter shit. Anyways, I thought he did a fantastic job. He was hilarious. He demanded action in movies like American Ultra and Predators, and he also did a great, fantastic job in this film. You basically get to see his entire breakdown of his mental illness. I definitely will have to say, again, spoilers, there are definitely some certain scenes in the film that kind of don't exactly shine with the best sort of enthusiasm or the best sort of emotions in any sort of way. But, in my opinion, this was a fantastic movie for 2018, and I've definitely have noticed that there are a lot of good films that a lot of critics are seeming to just shit upon in 2018. And I mean, everybody's got their own opinions. If any of you have seen this film and think that it's good, then that's fantastic. If any of you have seen this film and think that it's complete and utter trash, then that's perfectly fine too. This is not me basically trying to convince you to go and watch this. If you take any of what I'm saying with the fact that in my opinion, that this is a very good film of this year. It's a very slow build up, but you get to see the intensity, and I actually find that it shows Topher Grace's acting abilities. So, with that being said, I do suggest at least trying to give this a watch, but again, it's my opinion on my reflection on what I thought of the film. And again, this is just a suggestion that I think that everyone should try giving this film a watch. You don't exactly have to if you don't feel like it. If you read what it's about, basically, essentially, it's about Topher Grace's character coming out of an institute, moving into his late father's place, and believing that it is haunted, just to find out that his brother is broken out of jail. Now again, if you watch this, there are spoilers ahead. So, I've said that a few times throughout this video. So, again, my opinion, I would suggest, or I would like all of you to leave comments on if you think that this video is terrible, if you think that I'm terrible, or possibly some encouragement. I mean, again, this is my first time doing this. I wanted to keep it fairly short. I'm going to try and do some better videos. I'm going to try and put some more length into things. But again, I just wanted to give this a try. My voice is kind of not really that, like, enthusiastic. I'm going to work on trying to be a little bit more enthusiastic, but yeah, so as I said, I'm going to try and do some better videos on different sort of things. If you'd like, leave some comments on some videos, some movies, and I will try and see about, if I haven't seen them, try looking for them and doing them, and I will do reviews for them. Or if there are videos that I've already seen, then I will definitely do reviews on them. I'm planning on doing a bunch of reviews on a bunch of different movies. I've been watching quite a lot of things on Netflix, and I plan on doing several reviews. Some of you might think that maybe I shouldn't do reviews, but I'm hoping that some people will kind of not find this video to be terrible, but I would imagine a lot of people are going to find it terrible because it's a first video, and I'm just kind of trying to get the feel of how to do this. I have not done videos for YouTube before. Anyways, I'm gonna go. My next review, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do a next review of, but I'm definitely planning on doing a next review in the next little while, probably next week of some sort, maybe sooner. I'm not entirely sure. It's kind of, I'm just going to kind of let it be whatever it is, try and do reviews, and I'll try and do a lengthier stuff, not just talking about how this is my first time, and how suggestions and stuff. I'll actually get into a more thorough review on movies that I'm going to be watching. I'll probably do some reviews on some movies that are fairly old, just to kind of give a refresher for anybody who hasn't seen some certain older films, just so then they can know if they're worth watching or if they should just kind of be gone, because I definitely know I'm very, very good at telling good films and some bad films, but that might be debatable with some people. But again, that's everybody has their own opinions. Anyways, so I'm gonna stop talking and just rambling on. But I hope that some of you find this video to be decent and take what I'm kind of giving as the factor that if I could put down the phone in a way and give the 2 thumbs up. I mean, this film was definitely worth anybody's time to watch. Either that, or after you've done watching it, you can either say that you've enjoyed it, or you can say that you absolutely hated it. But I definitely think that it's worth the time for anybody to watch. And I would definitely give it about 4 stars out of 6. I plan on doing a rating system of stars of up to about 6. And again, if I could, I would put down the phone in a way where I could do 2 thumbs up. So again, the movie is called Delirium. It's a 2018 film. Again, stars Topher Grace, Callan Mulvey, Patricia Clarkson, Genesis Rodriguez. I would definitely suggest giving it a watch. Well, bye for now, and I'll be back with more reviews.